too? Can't you agree on anything? All right, kiddos, let's agree on this. Grab your things and we'll get started. You two might not agree, but mathematicians agree on a specific order of operations for expressions that have more than one operation in them, such as addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. We always want to begin with multiplication and division first in order, and then addition and subtraction in order from left to right. Whew, that's a mouthful, but let's see if we can apply it as we dig in today. Okay, so Monkey and Owl were working together earlier, and they made this nice little stamp page. On this page, can you see how many stamps they put? 4, 3 more, 2 more, and 1 more. Woohoo! 10 stamps. Over here, because we have an array, I think we can use a little multiplication expression. Okay, nice. 3 times 4 will tell me how many stamps I have on this side. So if we look at this and go like that, we suddenly have an expression. An expression has numbers and it has operations without an equal sign. Now let's take a look at a good way to work this. Should we say 10 plus 3 times 4? Let's try it. 10 plus 3 equals 13. We'll multiply that by 4. 3 times 4 is 12. We can hold the 10. 4 times 10, we've got the other 4. Add that extra 10 in there, 52. Does it look like Monkey and Owl have put 52 stamps down on their project here? It doesn't. We did not follow the order of operations that all mathematicians agree upon. That's why we have to learn that rule, so that we can do our math accurately. What we're going to do is begin with multiplication from left to right. 3 times 4, that gives us 12. Now we can bring the addition in from left to right. And what does 10 plus 12 equal? You got it. 10 plus 12 equals 22. So our total amount of stamps that our friends put down are 22, not something in the 50s. I'm hoping that you can see why learning to do the order of operations in the correct order is the only way to get the correct answer in math. Let's take a look at another example. Okay, now it kind of looks like we have pages of little stamps, right? So this is a page, this is a page, and this is a page. On the first page, let's figure out how many stamps we have. We saw this shape in the example that we just did a moment ago. Do you remember how many that equals? That's right, that's 10. But in this case, I've also added 4 circle stamps. Have you ever seen a circle stamp? So we could say that we have 10 plus 4 here. Now if we're using the mixed operations to talk about what we have, how many pages do you see that have the same number of stamps on them? That's right, there are 3. 1, 2, 3. So could we say times 3 and have that work out? Well, let's think about that. If we follow our rule, multiplication and division first from left to right, this would become 12. and we would still have plus 10. That equals 22. And we know this is more than 22. Oh, I see what's going on here. We have to make sure to follow things correctly by showing the total that we have on each page. In this case, on each page we have 10 plus 4. Now we can multiply by 3. So when we do that, again, 3 times 4, we had 12 in our last example, will give us 12. We'll hold that 10. 3 times 10 gives us another 30, and we're going to add that 10 that we're holding in. So the real answer is 42. So the other thing we want to talk about are these doodads. Do you know what they're called? They're called parentheses. And even though I just gave you a rule and I told you multiplication and division first from left to right, followed by addition and subtraction from left to right, anytime we have parentheses, that kicks it out because we have to do the parentheses first. So in this case, we have to figure out how many stamps were on each page and then multiply by the amount of pages we have. I think you're getting the hang of it. Okay, so now I've written a little bit more complicated of an expression for us. And you remember what I just said about the parentheses? We have to solve that part of it first. Now I'm going to show you a method that I really like you to do, and we haven't talked about this before, but I'd really recommend you having a math journal, just a composition notebook that you can do some of this work in and keep building that as we go through this time. I like for you to have space to write, and in this case you're going to see that I'm going to make you write and write and write. Okay? Don't be scared. What I would like for you to do is write this expression, and then if we're going to solve in the parentheses first, what is the answer to 3 plus 5? Oh, yeah, 8. You were like, Mrs. Dillon, you don't even need to ask us that one. We know that one. Now, the thing I need you to write is this part. We solved for this. You need to rewrite this part. 27 minus 2. The reason I need you to do that is because we're going to keep using the strategy that mathematicians agree upon, which is multiplication and division first from left to right. So we can't do the subtraction yet. We have to do the multiplication. So I'm going to come down below. What is 2 times 8? That equals 16. This, we have to write it again. Teachers and parents, really push your students to do this. If they can get in a very good habit of writing when we're doing mixed operations, then when they need to do this kind of recording for algebra, it's already a pattern or a habit. Now we can say 27 minus 16, and what do we get? In this case, I'm going to put my equal sign down below. That gets us in the habit of what we're doing with our number stories as well. And that gives us 11. So later today, as you're working in your own books, you're going to be following the same process. I really recommend making sure you're looking at only one equation or expression at a time. Sometimes it's helpful to take a piece of paper and cover up all the rest of the expressions in your book so that you're not looking at too much at once. And then just follow what you know. Again, if you've got that journal, I would love for you to record in your journal the rule about the order of operations. We do multiplication and division from left to right, followed by addition and subtraction from left to right. And that we are in agreement over. We'll see you here next time.